Hi everybody, thank you once again for joining me now for Chapter 9, can you believe it, of Archie Unplugs the Internet. A couple of things I want to say before I get started is I want to say thank you to Lisa for taking over yesterday's Chapter 8. I wasn't feeling very well yesterday, had a wee bit of a migraine and it totally floored me if I'm being honest, but back to normal and we're back at it today. So thank you, Lisa. She did an excellent job, and I need to say her posh English accent was actually quite good. So where we left off is that Archie has now realised that it was him who unplugged the internet, and he does want to plug it back in, but he noticed some hooded figures round about the plug. Also, the news had just announced that Ronald Shrimp himself was on his way to Scotland, to the source of the internet blackout. What will happen next? Here is Chapter 9 of Archie Unplugs the Internet. As President Shrimp was awarded some luxuries, in particular, a private jet. Can I start that sentence again? Yeah, let's do it, right? So let's pretend I didn't do anything and let's start again. Chapter 9. As President, Shrimp was awarded some luxuries. In particular, a private jet. The standard issue jet he'd received as being President of the World wasn't good enough for Shrimp though. He had the interior of that one ripped out and renovated to what he deemed appropriate for a president. She was something to behold. An incredible piece of machinery filled with all the latest gadgets, technology and frills. Shrimp was very proud of how much he'd spent on this lavish jet, no expense spared, and he made sure to let everyone know that. A mansion in the sky was his usual description. He'd had her coated in marble from Neptune, with gold-encrusted diamond chandeliers brought in from the Louvre Museum in France. Leather seats made from the rarest crocodiles in the world, flat-screen TVs per seat, each with its own remote and subscription to the Fly network. The latest navigation software that could predict the weather even before the weather could predict the weather. Champagne, caviar and foie gras served by a robot called Lola 3000. The best robot ever invented, and the Pierre de Resistance, I'm good at that accent, it was fully autopiloted from start to finish. He could go anywhere he wanted on his own, which suited Shrimp because he wasn't really a great fan of people. He called her the Shrimp Jet 5001. The Shrimp Jet 5001 sat in the presidential runway, and as he looked in awe at this technological marvel, he told his PA that this was the most wonderful achievement as President of the World so far. He walked up to the plane entrance with his PA walking behind him, holding an umbrella over the President to shield him from the heavy rain, placed his hand on the scanner that only allowed Shrimp's handprint to access the jet, and waited. And waited. Silence. That's odd, he thought to himself. He's never done that before. Shrimp rubbed his hands together, thinking it was just because his hands were cold. He tried again. Nothing. This time, he thought his hands may have got wet, so he wiped them on his PA's jacket and tried again. Still nothing. What is going on? The President wondered to himself. I didn't pay this amount of money for my plane to just not go. Shrimp turned to his PA and said, "Get the most reliable, most capable, and the smartest, the best man to come fix my plane, and do it now." The PA gave the President the umbrella and reached into his pocket for his portable CB radio, a type of walkie-talkie the President's team had started to use. He walked down to the bottom of the air stairs and radioed to his team. "This is Eagle's Egg. I repeat, this is Eagle's Egg. We have a situation. Shrimp Jet is not working. I repeat, Shrimp Jet is not working. Is there someone who can help? Over." He waited a few seconds and then a voice came. "Roger, Eagle Egg. This is Dr. Hurst. I might be able to help. I'll be right over." Over. After what felt like an eternity, Dr. Cameron Hurst arrived. Shrimp looked at his PA and said, "A woman? You brought a woman? Well, this is a complete waste of time. Hurst heard the president's remark and asked, have you tried turning it off and back on again, Mr. President? Shrimp rolled his eyes. He did not think women could be smart enough to have anything to do with technology. Little did he know that Dr. Cameron Hurst was the top mechanical engineer in charge of building his shrimp jet, Lola 3000, and every other gadget he was struggling to live without. After Shrimp's defiant attitude, she explained to him that without internet there was no way to gain entry to the plane, and even if they did, they needed the internet to fly, as it was fully autopiloted as per Shrimp's request. He hadn't even wanted a cockpit, waste of space apparently, so there was no way to override the online control system. In a nutshell, he was on to plums. Shrimp, becoming more desperate, offered Dr. Hurst more and more money to fix the problem, but no matter how much he offered, she just couldn't do it. She had told him when designing it, a time when communication was done via email, to ensure that there was an override system, but he insisted that he didn't need it, and said he wouldn't pay if it wasn't done the way he wanted. Finally, the realization hit. As long as there was no internet, President of the world, Ronald Shrimp, was stranded at the Bright House. And that is chapter 9 of Archie Unplugs the Internet. Guys, once again, thank you for joining us for this chapter. Thank you for the messages as well. A few of you sent a wee message just to find out how I was. Thank you very much for doing that. I really appreciate it. Archie Unplugs the Internet is currently sold out in paperback form, but you can get the ebook. It's available at lucisblueday.com/ebooks. I look forward to reading you chapter 10 tomorrow. Have a great night. See you later.